I don't make videos about my psychosis phase. I don't make videos about the time I went manic because that was such an embarrassing time for me. And when you're someone who sees yourself and kind of like puts yourself on a certain type of pedestal, especially before my episodes and stuff, it's very embarrassing when you come out of that because you're like, oh my God, I thought I was this perfect person. I thought I was this amazing, grand person. I never really thought I was better than anyone, even though I feel like there are some people who might have felt that way. I was just being myself. When you come out of that, it's very humbling, very embarrassing, very like, holy shit, I want to shoot myself because of all the things that you did, that you're in a psychosis, you're in a manic episode that's happening and you don't know that it's happening. You think you're normal, bitch. You think everybody's fucked up and I'm actually the one who's sane. A part of that, I still think, bitch, you might have been acting crazy, but you were onto a little something. You might have been reacting hella crazy, bitch. Your reactions might have been wild, but you were a little onto something. And it's just trying to find the balance of like, okay, I behaved wrong and taking accountability, but also kind of like seeing other people that were like close by, family members, friends, and just being like, okay, bitch, I was like crazy, but like, you had me fucked up too, though. Like, you also had me fucked up. So when you come out of that and you don't have really like close relationships anymore, it does fuck with you. And for the longest time, I thought I was fucked up. I thought I was like a terrible person. I thought I deserved terrible karma. I sometimes still believe that. I thought that like, of course you don't have any friends. You were such a fucking asshole to people and stuff like that. And so now I'm trying to give myself not pity, but be understanding and be forgiving towards myself because you were doing what you thought you had to do. To me, I was doing the right thing. I never thought I was never trying to hurt anyone. I was never trying to be an asshole. I was doing what I thought I needed to do. I thought I was protecting myself. I did think I was like Jesus reincarnated. But at the end, I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel loved. Like I was moving like someone who didn't really feel loved. And it sucks because when you come out of that psychosis and all that, you start to replay incidents in your mind and you're just like, damn, I didn't feel like I can trust you. And although you're trying to understand your perspective and your side, it's hard because you feel like no one is really trying to understand or they kind of gave up. And it's hard because I'm someone who felt like coming out of that, if roles were reversed, I don't think I would have ever, like I could have left and I would have always came back. And it's just it's such a heavy thing to me because it's hard for me to move on. Like I've tried so hard to move on from that and move on from the past, but it's just something that is because I'm still trying to understand how everything happened. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really touchy subject, but for the longest time, I thought I was the only person who's ever gone through this. I thought going through a spiritual psychosis, going through mania, this was like, because I felt so alone. I felt so alone for the longest time, but I've been seeing a lot of posts on it. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it and their experiences are similar to mine. The other day I saw a girl, she made a video basically talking about how she got out of her manic situation and she realized she didn't have any friends. Like no one was around because she was probably acting hella crazy and pushing people away and thinking everybody was out to get her and they really stopped fucking with her. But to me, when I see stuff like that and I think about my situation, I'm like, but that means they were never really your friends. I made a video about this yesterday, but it's something that's all on my heart to talk about today. So it's like, bitch, if it's on your heart to talk about it as long as you want. It's like a friend who's always talking about that nigga. Let your friend vent if that's really your friend and they need to get it off their chest. Let them talk about it till it's fully out. And me going through this, it helps me if I do have friends that are going through something and they want to keep talking about it, like give them the room. So yeah, for me, it's like at the end of the day, if they're not around, that's because they're not really your friends. Because someone who's really your friend and someone who really loves you, there's an understanding. There's okay, yes, I understand, or I want to understand because I know that's not you. But when they don't come back around, it's kind of like, damn, bitch, did you want me to be this shitty of a person? And then not only that, like you kind of see how like in my experience, a lot of them were having a good time, bitch. Like I wanted to fucking die. Like I would be at home on a Saturday and my mind is spinning. I'm just stuck and I would see people out and a part of me was also feeling like because I was so down, everybody else was down. No, bitches were up. Bitches were, it's like, I felt like people were celebrating my downfall. It's like, Wicked, like, no one mourns the wicked. That's how I was feeling. Like, everybody was just turning up. People found heaven in my hell. Now I've been thinking about it like, bitch, the fact that I had to be so down bad for a lot of y'all to feel up is crazy. And I'm not trying to like gas my head up or anything, but the fact that a lot of people, it made me feel like a lot of people were celebrating, and they were a little intimidated, or maybe they found out who I could potentially become. And because I was so low on the ground, it made them feel better about themselves, like their confidence. A lot of them were on my energy. A lot of them were feeding off my energy. It's a big like assumption to make, but that's how I felt. And even me feeling that, sometimes I don't want to like feel that way, but it's like, bitch, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Because I don't have anyone to like validate my feelings or make me feel like, oh yeah, you're allowed to feel that way. But like, I should be able to tell myself, you're allowed to feel that way. You know, so now that I come out of it, these are things that I think about, and like my perspective on everything changes. Still also being able to know like where I fucked up at, but at the same time being able to say like, you were hurt by X, Y, and Z. This person hurt you, and just holding space for all of it, seeing the truth in all of it, and just trying to work on moving on. You know, coming to a place of like peace and like letting go, forgiveness for myself and others. I'm not a hateful person. I was on heavy psychedelics. I was doing psychedelics almost every fucking day. I was smoking weed all the fucking time because I was trying to find enlightenment. You know, like my intentions weren't bad. I just lost it. Like it was just, you know, people fuck up, people make mistakes. And because I've been so down bad and I've done things I'm not proud of, it's allowed me to understand forgiveness and not having a heavy heart. Because as someone who's been seeking my own forgiveness, and that's been fucking hard, how can I sit there and not forgive others? That doesn't mean I have to fuck with them again, but like at the end of the day, I don't want to hold grudges on anybody. I just want to move on with my life and let go. Because I'm still holding space for a lot of people, and it's like a little embarrassing. It's like, why are you holding space for these niggas? They left you for dead. Like niggas literally left you for dead. You're here talking is a miracle within itself. So yeah, I need to stop holding space for people because they weren't holding space for me. They moved the fuck on. So why are you holding space when they're not even, or even if they are thinking about you, they can't even reach out? Because a part of them also knows like, I left you for dead. I literally left you for dead. So for them to reach out and even be like, hey, what's up? How's it going? They probably have a little bit of embarrassment for that. So yeah, I just want to be able to make more videos talking about my experience, especially because I've seen other people talk about it and it's been coming up on my For You page a little bit. And then there's also like a Reddit community on Reddit. Of course, I don't know why it took me so long, bitch. For the last 4 to 5 years, I've been thinking I'm the only one. I've been thinking like I'm the scum of the earth. I beat myself up. And it's even worse because I'm the type of person who like forgives. I don't hold grudges. Like I've never been one to have a heavy heart. That's just not me. I could be pissed off at you. I could react to you. But the thing about my reacting is I'll probably take it to hell. I'll take my reaction so bad, and then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, hey, how's it going? Or down the line, it could be a month, a year later, I'll somehow forgive and I'll let it go. But then you are still pissed off. So me being that person, it's like, damn, like just because I'm over it doesn't mean other people are over it. You know, so yeah, it just sucks because it's like I can take accountability and try to be like, okay, yeah, I can understand where I fucked up at. But it's like no one cares enough to be like, I loved you so much. It just makes you feel like you can't be loved a certain way. No one loves you unconditionally, you know? Shit's so hard now that even if someone were to come and say they love me or try to pour love onto me, I never believe it because I feel like I can't be loved. I feel like I'm not worthy of love, so it's really fucked up. Like, this shit has fucked me up, and I don't talk about it. I try not to talk about it because it's embarrassing. But I think maybe that's where I need to start, is like stop being afraid to just talk about it and maybe I'll find my power in that situation and build community that way, you know? Hey, any if you've ever been experiencing psychosis, this is what my story was, and this is how I overcame it. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to start talking about it and let go of the fear and the stigma and the embarrassment behind it and find the power in it.